Hey, well, that was a terrible impression of Miss Minute. Anyways, jokes apart. Hey, folks, welcome back to Casual Fandom. I'm your usual host, Aditya, joined by your three fandom keepers, Avik, Advait, and Lazar. Honestly, I wanted to go with timekeepers, but that would have been a terrible joke. Anyways, today we are discussing about Black Widow. Over to Advait.
Okay, so Black Widow was for me like it felt like an average movie. I mean, uh, there are like worse movies in MCU. I would like, according to me, it was a pretty average movie. What do you say? It was supposed to be a send off for Natasha, but it didn't feel like it, and I think everyone will agree with that. Avik, what about you?
Yeah, it was supposed to be the origin movie of Black Widow, but it felt more like the origin movie for Yelena. Black Widow से ज़्यादा तो मेरे को वही main character लगी. There was no backstory. Like it was supposed to be a movie which showed how Black Widow became Black Widow, but there was nothing as such. It was just a event that happened in her life, and also that was not very well portrayed. Like it could have been a very good movie, but it was sort of spoiled by the marketing, and a lot of those things were already shown to the public via the promos and shit that it did. Plus, in general, the film was like one of the lesser well-made movies of MCU. Lazar, what about you?
Honestly, I didn't think the movie was so that great. Like Marvel was marketing about the best Marvel movie ever. Critics loving it. Like they were quoting the such things in marketing. But it was an average movie, or probably a below average movie for me. I don't know. But the kind of movie that we were promised like 2 years back through the trailers and everything, we didn't get that movie. So it was a pretty average movie. Like the Marvel tried to make a spy movie, so I don't know. Like they missed it big time. It was not a spy movie, to be honest. They tried to make it. It was not bad. The movie was good in the starting minutes, but eventually it was an average, a below average movie for me.
Okay, so Black Widow in general was a very anticipated movie, which I was really waiting for. After watching it, I felt they could have done better. It had a lot of potential. They could have actually cracked it, but I don't know where they missed it because it basically felt like it, one family movie. It's just Dom Toretto's MCU version because they were just speaking about the family. They could have done a lot of things. There were a lot of questions unanswered. So it's an okayish movie. It was not bad, but it was okay. It wasn't up to the mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think every one of us agrees that it was a mediocre movie. Like, there are a lot of things that weren't exactly right with the movie. Like, they could have done a lot of things better. I think every one of us has some like particular points at which it might have done something different or improved or something that was wrong. So let's go over like those things that all of us have noticed. I think Lazar, you have like a bunch of stuff. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I have a lot of things to say about this movie, but first I will like talk about the main things. Like this movie was like marketed like stunts were like the level of Winter Soldier movie, and if you notice, you could also see like the elements from in this movie are like similar to that of the movie of Captain America Winter Soldier. You can see like similar elements in this, isn't that, Advait?
Yeah, I mean, like we can use Winter Soldier as like a baseline for how the movie was. Because theme I felt it was kind of similar. A Soviet kind of enemy here, like an evil organization and everything. I'll mention all the like similarities that there are between the two movies. So first of all, Winter Soldier and इसमें दोनों में there is a masked villain. उसका entry like masked होता है. And then by the end of the movie, like by near the second half of the movie, it's found that the masked villain is actually like a ghost from the past, main character का. Like पहले जो भी कुछ ऐसा some दुर्घटना घटी होती है उसका result रहता है वो. Then there is some secret Soviet organization which is like controlling world government का कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा चीजें कंट्रोल कर रहा है वो small ways में. and it's like a floating fortress and everything. Fair cheesy, like it felt like MCU was using the same formula because Winter Soldier worked really well, and it felt like they're using the same kind of formula like for Black Widow too. So there was nothing new about it. Like there was nothing unique about it. I think like there are a lot of comparing the plot, it's very similar with Winter Soldier, but even if they tried to make a movie like Winter Soldier, they failed very miserably at it. You guys will have like a lot of things to talk about that, right? Avik, you have like a bunch of stuff about the action sequences, like the complaints and stuff.
So, like Advait said, like anyone who isn't even a hardcore MCU fan can, watch both the movies side by side and can tell that they really did try to follow the footsteps of the Winter Soldier movie. Starting with the action sequences, which, as Lazar said, were promised to be on the level of Winter Soldier, weren't quite so. Like except the first time we see Taskmaster fighting Black Widow, the fighting scene on the bridge, where somehow he's able to defeat Black Widow. That was a fight scene which felt good to me. उसके बाद के जितने भी fight scenes थे, they all felt kind of lackluster. Winter Soldier had quite good, really good action sequences, but somehow Black Widow fell short. Also, it might be because most of the scenes, most of the action sequences they had already shown us in the promo. So जो भी promo में देखा था उसके अलावा extra कुछ हमको मिला नहीं. Yeah, we had all seen the main bits, juicier bits in the promo. So that was one thing. Related to action sequences, that Taskmaster was kind of a letdown. Taskmaster, was supposed to be the big bad villain in the movie, but Taskmaster majorly for me was a letdown because I have seen the animated shows and I have seen how Taskmaster actually is. He has brilliant visual reflexes. He just needs to see the moves once and he can copy it and beat the guy who did the move. But movie में ऐसा कुछ था नहीं. Like the first fighting sequence, except that there was nothing like that. Except the bridge fight scene, we don't see the Taskmaster doing much fighting really. Also, in the comics, the Taskmaster is supposed to be a male person, but even though we were led to believe that the Taskmaster is a male underneath the armor and the suit, but that's how they made the deception that this is not actually any guy and it's daughter of Dreykov. So that was one thing that they could have done better, given Taskmaster more screen time and use the capabilities of Taskmaster to make him a fearsome villain. Also, another point I would like to say is that Black Widow, she always keeps talking about there's red in my ledger, there's red in my ledger. We have seen her say this dialogue at least 3-4 times in the entire MCU, but we were not shown what was the red in her ledger except that one little incident where she blew up Dreykov and his daughter. That was the only thing we see, and we don't see anything else. And I don't think that's just it. Like there's got to be more. There's a reason why there must be a reason why Barton was sent to capture or kill her because she had done such bad things. But we don't get any of that. Like for God's sake, it was a Black Widow movie, but there was no Black Widow in it. Like there was everyone else. There was even Red Guardian. There was Yelena. There was their mother. Everyone was there, but Black Widow, she was not in the movie as such. Okay, so Aditya, what about you?
As Avik said, I had one issue with the movie is that they had 200 million budget, okay, and then still they could not achieve a great mark with the CGI, and I felt most of the money was used up creating or recreating the jail sequence in Siberia, in that ice covered region, because by the end when you came, you could clearly visibly see wherever the green screen was used. For example, I could clearly see Yelena was in front of a green screen when she busts the helicopter, right? So I felt they could have done a much better job, because with Winter Soldier, which has released way back in 2011 or 2013, they had achieved such a great thing with the CGI. When Cap jumps from the helicarrier to the ship, everything felt real, okay? Here I felt they had missed a beat or so. Apart from that, I guess there was a lot of things which was not explained well. See, being fans of Black Widow over a long period of time, since Avengers or Ant-Man, you constantly heard about Budapest, you heard about Red Room, and she was speaking with Loki. Like the only thing which came back again is when Loki had asked in first Avenger, ki, can you remove so much of red from your ledger, which was about Draco's daughter. Apart from that, we did not get Budapest entirely about Budapest because we were actually wishing for that. So it could have been well explained rather than just being about one-liner story which just involves she meeting her family. And if you just see just the whole film technically takes place over 4 days. That's all. Like it is initially about her when she was young, and this whatever happens is just over the period of 4 days. That's all. So I felt wahan par they could have just explained and done something with it. It could have been a different format of a film, because it could have given a proper closure to Natasha rather than just giving a just looking about her story and giving her bits and pieces of her history. On a brighter side, just not dissing the film, on a brighter side, it was not sexualized, which most of the female character movies are. It was not overly sexualized, which I guess always you will have a greater point to speak about.
Yeah, one thing I would say that it wasn't overtly feminist. It didn't feel like we are doing it to empower women or something like that. They just made a movie with a female lead. Like they didn't, put in too much effort into showing that see the main character is a woman, so it's so cool and everything. Like ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया, तो that's a good thing.
It's not like when you first watched Captain Marvel and you felt it was forced. It didn't feel like that.
Yeah, and the second thing is Avik had mentioned that the costumes and everything, for the Taskmaster, in the comics it's male, but then उन लोगों ने costume ऐसे design किया that people still were didn't know that it was a female until एकदम last में reveal किया. I think that's a good thing because अभी usually costume design जो रहता है female characters and male characters, they're very different. Like if for a female character who is like a soldier in video games and movies and stuff, let's say, they will have accentuated ऐसा उन लोग का hip line, उन लोग का मतलब waist line और ऐसा chest area everything थोड़ा accentuate करके करता है. But real life में normal women soldiers को देखेगा they look the same as male soldiers. There's no difference in their attire and how they look with armor on and everything. So I think Taskmaster, even if female रहेगा character and उसके ऊपर इतना सारा armor लगेगा, it's okay. That's how they will look. I think it's our fault कि we expected just a male because of the look of or the appearance of it, and comic books में भी था male करके. I don't think that's an issue, right? Avik, what?
Yeah, since you're talking about costumes and how they are designed differently for women and men, so I would like to bring something to the attention that in the DC movies, in the Wonder Woman movies, in the Wonder Woman movie, I'm not sure which had what, but Wonder Woman movie and Zack Snyder's cut में, the costumes of the Amazonians differed greatly. The costume was designed by a male person, and in one of the movies the costume was designed by a female person. So I'm not sure which one had which, but if you watch the two movies, you can drastically see the difference in how costumes for women warriors and women fighters in general are portrayed and designed. So that's it's on us, because that's what we expect from females to wear or females to sort of how they should be portrayed. So it's kind of on us, and that's how the costumes were created for the Amazonians in the movies, and also in rest of the previous Marvel movies, in like Wanda and even Black Widow when she was introduced in Iron Man and everything, how they were overtly portrayed in a very
sexualized
manner. Yeah.
So apart from the costumes and everything, there are a few points in this movie which I found off from the main plot. The thing is that the final fight between Black Widow and Taskmaster, that emotion was not connected there, because she was the reason that Taskmaster, that girl became into a mute character, like a mute robot android like that, because of her. So she should have this repentance, or this apologizing character should be emotion should be conveyed at the end, because she's the reason because she's like that, okay. And in the final fight scene, that fight scene was very easy and barely an inconvenience for Black Widow to put a submission hold over the Taskmaster. She, like, there was not even an emotional connection, like, I am sorry I had to do that at that time, I didn't thought this would be it would shit would go up to this much like bad, like you will get your face cut and you will be like so much. She was not conveying how sorry she was. Like the fight just like within a snap, the fight was over, and just she threw some gas over her face, and she's like, "Oh, the fight is finally over. Where is my dad? Is he dead yet?" Like that. Understand, like the whole thing was not very emotional level connected. It was just like a random throw off to end the fight and just end the movie. Like फटाफट से खत्म करो, चल निकलो इधर से. समझ रहा है?
Yeah, like when you mention it, I agree. A lot of the things in the movies felt a bit, they were like trying to convey very strong emotions and everything. Like जो भी उन लोग का family का भी रहेगा emotions और the past Black Widow का सब, but it still like wasn't very strong either. Like maybe we spent too little time with all the characters. वो issue.
One thing I would like to point is that they had a lot of time. Like the movie was supposed to release much earlier, but it didn't because of the pandemic and the theaters being shut down. So they had a lot of time even after they had finished with the movie, but they still did not do anything what they should have done. So that I think is that is one of my complaints with the filmmakers, that you had so much extra time and you also had one or two shows that came before it, so you could have aligned it with them, or you could have done better even with that extra time, but you did not. So that was disappointing.
Yeah, like there was this personally I thought there was an act missing from this movie. Like there's basically this 3 act in a movie, that kind of thing, that principle, no? So the first act, the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie, like the Black Widow Red Room, like how children were raised, like a call center thing, like they were shown every videos, they were put on every holiday stuff. Though all those back past like arc, all those videos, like the montage was really cool. It was something which we haven't seen in an opening in Marvel movie. Like the initial moments of the first act of the movie was very going very pretty well. So like after that there is no second act. There is no second act in the terms like there is no movement from the villain side, or there is no movement from the hero side, like investigation part or revealing part. There is no second act. Just from the first part itself, the movie just goes from first part to third act. So just like that, within a snap, the movie goes from first act to third act, like that. So because of that, like the whole movie felt like a filler episode also, because if a person didn't watch Black Widow movie today, like after when the Hawkeye series come for the end credit scene, if they could have just seen the end credits of this movie and they could have just moved on with Phase 4 in Marvel, they could have just entirely skipped this movie, because this movie just acted as a filler, like just as a fan service, like fans ne manga to humne diya. समझ रहा है? There was not a dedication in this movie. I didn't feel like it just felt like a filler episode. Also, this movie would have done better if it was a series like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like a character development, like showing her past and revealing what all bad things she has done before getting into Shield, and like Shield literally asks her to kill and bomb the entire building to get into Shield. So like what all things did she do to deserve such a punishment, or such a like a test of fire to get into Shield? So you could relate that.
Like as you mentioned, it's not a it felt like a filler movie, like it's relevant nahi lagta hai na, like currently MCU mein.
Yeah.
I think a big issue is it didn't release when it was supposed to release, because it was supposed to work on the emotions ki Black Widow mar gayi hai, like after the events of Endgame.
Yeah.
So maybe like us sense mein the movie might have worked better when the memories of Natasha Romanoff are still kinda alive with people. like Endgame just खत्म हो उसके बाद.
Like if this movie was like if it was released like after Civil War like it was supposed to, this movie would have like much more impact than it has right now. It was just like a fan service, like like it didn't have any impact on the MCU as in like the whole stuff. Just the end credit scene or just similar like minor itsy bitsy parts in the movie. Only like introduction of new characters. Like in terms of that, it had an impact on MCU. But story wise, like if you can skip it, doesn't make any sense, no. So that's it.
No, even the end credit scene felt like forced there, like just to connect it with the other Falcon and Winter Soldier, उससे connect करने के लिए वो ऐसा डाल दिया, एक after thought जैसा ऐसा feel आया. Scene का भी कुछ ऐसा था नहीं उसमें, just it was just put in there just for the sake of connection. Make a connection.
Also, I just want to add this: कि they had built out the reputation for Red Room across the film, and even in this portion, since the beginning, they were speaking about Red Room continuously, but there was not much of a revelation about it. It was just for 1 second a room which was lit red with Black Widows. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all it had.
like the Red Room combatants, like from the beginning itself, there was like this like ambience, like from beginning itself, the Red Room is dangerous. It's under red. I couldn't see.
You remember the Avengers: Age of Ultron, where Wanda shows her the visions from her past. You could see a lot of things like ballet dancing, the surgery, the shooting in range, and everything. That was so different than what it was here. So all those past elements and what we saw in the film didn't seem so dangerous about. So the past element was something which was related to Natasha, obviously, and that might have blown up after she had come to Avengers, which I agree. But then still, to match that vibe, at least when you show it. And when you show it like a spaceship just going around the stratosphere, you should have made it more dangerous and appealing, which I think they missed out about.
Like they showed more of the Red Room and how dangerous and what it was in those few seconds of vision that Wanda showed Black Widow than they actually showed in this movie.
Exactly.
Because in this movie, the Red Room combatants didn't have any fight scene except the last one, where it was actually technically it was not a fight scene. They were just gathered around and just like beating up Black Widow in circles. Like there was not a build-up of Red Room in the whole movie, and there is no big shit in the ending. No fight scenes just going around and kicking. Like you build something up, you promise something, you have to deliver it. They didn't deliver this in the movie. Also, there was not even a single person who died on that ship. Every single one escaped without a scratch. Like after that whole thing collided. Okay.
Wait, except the वो बंदे का नाम क्या है villain?
Draco.
वो तो मरा ना.
Yeah, all the bad guys died. Just the bad guys. There was no collateral damage or anything. Just the bad guys. They just died. Also, I didn't like the logic of the like falling down. Like Natasha could have died like 3 times in this movie. Like first of all, the first time when Taskmaster hits her with a missile on the bridge itself, that was the first time one should be dead for sure. Also, she was thrown into a lake from like 100 feet of top of the bridge. I mean, we can pass that because she fell into water. Okay. So after passing that, you can see she fell from the building after escaping from a flat. She hits multiple times on air ducts, like on her neck, on her back, on her arms, everything. Every part of her body hits on the building, and then she falls down, and then she gets up without any injury on her leg or arm. She just holds her arm like it was a scratch, and she walks off like that. There is no, after falling from that, one shouldn't have just been walking. So you'll be like it happens most in the majority of the Hollywood movies. So we can also maybe pass that.
Yeah, it happened to that other chick na, like who fell and broke her leg.
But she just felt her. Yeah.
But the thing is, I think the thing that Natasha had with the one power that she had that others didn't have was plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor. Yeah, exactly.
So she was shown like a super soldier, like Steve and Bucky के जैसे उसको show किया था कि even after falling from great heights they can survive, but she's not a super soldier.
Yeah,
the only power she had was plot armor. That's all.
Also, that car scene, you remember, like the Taskmaster was chasing with a tank. Okay, and these two girls were in the car, Natasha and Yelena, and the car just like slid through the subway like a skate, or in opposite, like heads down. Okay, so if it was a normal person like inside that car, his head would have been cut off. Okay, that like it was such a crash that both of them just simply walked off and climbed up and 6 feet, like 3 feet up this air duct. If we can just pass all of this, like Hollywood, this is basic Hollywood, you can pass all this, but one cannot pass the thing where the bomb blast in face of that little child and she's alive. Like, how is supposed to happen, man? Like, she's literally holding the bomb inside that building and the bomb goes off, and years later she's standing there as a taskmaster. How is it possible?
I mean, it destroyed an entire building, but 2 people didn't die.
Yeah.
Like, unka body parts bhi nahi
Like,
uda.
They are the super
was
soldiers.
scarred. At least she was scarred. Dreykov didn't even have a single scratch on him. How is that possible?
So we have to know. So the question stands, like, whose plot armor was stronger, Draco, Taskmaster, or Natasha?
I would go for Natasha because she died 3 times and the Taskmaster died 1 time. Also, Taskmaster, like, it's more like Taskent Master. Like, even one task he couldn't complete. Even one task. Like the entire, yeah, the whole movie was like, oh, like, we couldn't catch her. Let's unleash the Kraken, unleash the Taskmaster. He's the answer for every trouble we have. And what does he do? Nothing. He doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't do any.
Goes on to lose every battle.
Yeah, he's just as a living disappointment of why she isn't a Black Widow. Like, Taskmaster is it's a side, like a thrown off. Like, if one couldn't become a Black Widow, they go to as a Taskmaster thing.
Yeah, like, or potential tha na, like, wo villain ko, but
yeah, they completely destroyed the whole Taskmaster thing, just like Avik said. Like, they could have done much better. Also, just like a Taskmaster, like the person who doesn't have any impact in this movie, Red Guardian. Why was he in this movie? Just another comedic relief. I don't think he did anything better than that.
I thought he was some sex offender, like, kuch aisa pedophile rahega.
I was very uncomfortable when he was talking with Yelena and Natasha. I was like, why is so creepy? Like, I felt this under the skin feeling, you know, milta hai na ek bande se. I felt like that with Red Guardian.
No, you were just jealous कि तू वो दोनों से बात नहीं कर रहा है.
I know why he was in the movie. He was in the movie to set up the mutants.
Yeah.
उसका हाथ तोड़ दिया ना. That was his big break. That was his moment.
And wasn't the super serum supposed to be like a very rare thing? And अभी इतना सारा super soldier.
कैसा? How mass produce किया क्या? How did that happen?
That plot is not well defined, like who got it from the Hydra. Like, from Hydra they took it from Hydra to Russia. Like, how did they access it? Like, a lot of
even the Russians, why aren't they experimenting on him? Why aren't they experimenting on Alexei?
Like when you talked about experiment, I also forgot to mention that Melina is actually, if you like take out the whole plot, Melina is the reason for all of this. Like, the whole Black Widow program, everything. She's the brains behind the program. She's the one who made the mind control thing, and she is the reason why all these girls are tortured in the facility, the Red Room, basically the Red Room. Okay, and actually morally, if you look, she is the real bad villain. And the end of the movie, she's just a good guy again. She finds redemption and she's forgiven, and it's not even mentioned in the movie like we forgive you for what you have done, and she doesn't even beg for a sorry. Okay, she's just let off like that. Like, I don't think it was a good a good message which you were giving in a movie like that.
She also had a superpower. Family. Dominic Toretto, family. She had family. Family stands with you for everything.
वो लोग स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर तक भी जाके आए, but Fast and Furious तो space में गए.
Also, I think Marvel did cheated their fans. I mean, I feel like cheated because they did a fake marketing kind of thing. Like, at the beginning of the movie, like the trailer and everything, back in 2019, after the Comic Con event, like we were promised that this is gonna be a sent off or a tribute story for Natasha, like after the Endgame thing. Okay, so people were like much attached to this movie from the beginning itself because it is a personal thing to them because of Natasha. Also, they promised us that the stunts will be like of that of Winter Soldier. It would be like a real world kind of stunt, like some other like a punch, impact punch stunt will be there, like from Winter Soldier. And they just kept that marketing from the beginning itself from 2019. And 2 years went on. They did this movie. They had opportunity to edit or reshoot everything. Also, they had the budget given it's Disney. And by the end, when we got the movie, it was neither sent off a tribute for Natasha, and it didn't even have any stunt elements like that of Winter Soldier. Like both things which were promised, we didn't get it. It was like fake marketing kind of thing, which I think it's from Marvel side to like keep the fans interested in the movie until its release date. So that I thought it was bad thing because also because of the fact that this movie was bad because like they could have adopted like actual directors and screenwriters from Captain America Winter Soldier, which also came into this genre of movie, like thriller or a spy movie kind of thing. They could have taken those writers and directors, Joe Russo and Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. Though that story was very nice, very impactful on both on emotional level, action level, thriller level, and every aspect that movie was nice. Okay, so they could have just like they did that project back in 2014, so they have an already a worked on project, so they could have just referenced or like took out the people who made that movie and just made this. It was very easy to apply, but they just went for some like new talents or people who haven't made much more like experience in this spy movies. So that was a big miss from Marvel right there.
Okay, as we have now completed our diss about Black Widow, we had found out on the internet that there was an R-rated film or R-rated script for the same Black Widow film, which was supposedly awesome. And Lazar and Advait here have few points about it.
Yeah, I haven't like read the entire script or anything. Like I just know some stuff about it. Like it was supposed to be an R-rated thing, and it was supposed to be gritty. And a lot of people have it felt like a typical mid 2000s, spy movie with the kind of action sequences it had. In that script. I think the story was, what was the name of the script writer, Lazar?
It was Damil Lindelof. Okay, so he was the person who wrote Watchmen. Okay, the epic legendary DC movie Watchmen.
Yeah.
That guy. So this Black Widow movie was supposed to be the original kickoff movie for MCU. Instead of Iron Man, Black Widow would have been the first movie in MCU. So like the story was like the beginning of like it is actually an origin story for Natasha. So it was basically like a spy-centered movie with nuclear warheads, old Russia, and the movie which you might have already seen kind of movies like selling warheads and trying to block them Russia from selling warheads to other countries, like that kind of like World War III scenario type movie. So
मतलब उसमें they had shown Natasha to be a much more violent and bloody kind of assassin,
yes.
like very very ऐसा strong enough to defeat an entire room of people,
yes,
just massacres ऐसा.
Just
like
like
even in the MCU, Natasha has been shown like that, but yeah, like sans the blood, of course, it's for children and kids everything, but where it should have been the most in the Black Widow movie, they did not show anything like that. Like they messed it up badly.
Like the entire thing, the whole movie, there is like 3 or 4 action scenes, where she literally kicks people with their punches people and their bloods come out. Okay, she just in room full of 17 or 15 20 people, and she just goes on like a killing spree, like busting necks and busting shoulders and things like that. Also the villain of the movie was Alexei Red Guardian in this Black Widow movie, which was a comedy relief character, and that original movie he was the main villain, and she was supposed to steal warheads from this guy and blow them off in Russia itself, or like in their basement or something, like in their
No,
warehouse.
it was Kazakhstan. Like
Yeah.
it was supposed to.
So, like the Kazakhstan was selling their old warheads, like stored in like for World War II or something, and the Russians bought it and like they were using for their own purposes. So this was like this spy thriller movie where the hero goes on like to stop nuclear missiles going off or something. But the important part which I liked in the script was the introduction of Natasha's father character. Okay, Ivan. In Endgame, guys might have noticed Red Skull mentioning Natasha, daughter of Ivan. Okay, so I think that idea was taken from this script, because in this movie, in the beginning scene, Natasha's mother is inside a building full of fire. Okay, so the building is going down, and Natasha's mother is standing inside a room covered, surrounded with fire. She has no way out, so she looks down. There's this guy whom she connects with from eye to eye, and then she trusts that guy will look on her for from now on, and just she drops the baby out of the building, and just the moment she throws the baby off the building collapses and just goes to the ground, and this guy catches it, and later it's revealed that that guy is Ivan, and he is the former military chief of Russia. Okay, and that's how Natasha gets into Black Widow program through him. Okay, because he's already a Russian military guy. So, and also throughout the whole movie, she has this dark, violent past. Like she breaks off Alexei's head as a kid. She breaks off Alexei's head with a mop, and blood come out of his nose, and everyone checks for his pulse and everything. Look, like she's a violent.
In that script, both of them are of kind of the same age, you know.
Yeah.
Natasha is like much older. Abhi, in these movies they're like young, like they are in the current generation.
Yes.
But in that script, it's like older generation ka Natasha Romanoff.
Also, this movie also justifies why the reason Barton was sent off to kill her. Like Barton was the topmost agent in SHIELD. I mean, that level of priority was sent to after Natasha, like to kill her. So she must
Because
have
that's how dangerous she was.
Yeah.
That's how dangerous of an assassin she was.
Yeah. So that justifies why Barton was sent after her. So all those impact, all that comic book verse, all that that comic accuracy of Black Widow was not up to mark in this new 2021 Black Widow movie. It was just a letdown for me.
The reason they had done away with the script was because there were 3 other movies that had released, I think, in that 1 or 2 week span of time when the script was being written, and decided what to do with it. I think
Aeon Flux, Elektra, and one more female.
No, not Elektra.
All 3 of them were female-led superhero movies.
Female-led action movies, and all of them
failed miserably.
So that's why no one backed the Black Widow movie anymore. So within a weekend it was scrapped.
Yeah.
Abruptly.
But to be honest, the script sounds pretty good to me. At least good compared to what we actually got. I would have loved to see this movie.
Yeah.
It would have also set the pace for the entire MCU, because the original script is very gritty, which Marvel MCU never does. Any movies like it.
It would also be very true to Black Widow's nature and Black Widow's character.
Exactly.
I mean, she's an assassin.
This movie did not do justice.
Yeah, she's an assassin, but I've never once seen her stab anyone with a knife. Usne sirf punch mara hai aur laat mara hai.
Exactly. When you say it, I'm just like, oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
And occasionally shooting her with that laser.
Only time she has shot is Aliens during the Loki invasion on New York City.
Yeah. Right. I mean, she didn't as an assassin, as a Black Widow assassin, supposed to at least cutthroat at least one person in the entire MCU. And,
Yeah, I've been trained for like 10-15 years to just break people's bones and leave it at that. Yeah. That's what I'm very good at. And then land with a really nice pose as Yelena. Yo guys, so these were our thoughts and reviews on the movie Black Widow. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast. If you guys have any other thoughts, any details that we missed, you can put it down in the comments. We'll see you guys next week, another episode of Casual Fandom. Till then, bye bye, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.